Hi, this is John Apodaca, author of The Dynamic Art of Snare Drum, and this is going to be tutorial number 3, helping you work your way through a lot of the concepts in the book. So in tutorial number 3, what we're going to talk about is a concept that's very central to the whole book. It's the idea of how to actually move the snare drum stick to make the sounds that you want to make. Drumming is an art of motion. So the more that a drummer understands the specifics about how a drumstick moves, when it needs to move in that way, and the different things that you do with your hand and your grip, the different parts of the grip that we talked about, like the fulcrum and the supporting finger, the wrist. Later on even we'll talk about how to use your arm. Yes, actually your arm, that's part of drumming. But there's specific ways that all those things are going to be applied. Okay, starting off, we're going to start with one statement, and that's in the book. If you look around the early introductory material in the book, there's going to be an exercise there called Countdown. That's on Roman numeral 8. On Roman numeral 7, it talks about the idea of what a stroke is. So a stroke, as defined in the book, is a fundamental motion of the stick. And in this book you're going to be learning 5 fundamentals that you're going to use over and over again in a very modular way. You're going to learn how to plug those in to be able to develop your drumming and perform the music that you need to perform. And it's going to help you for the rest of your drumming career. So we're going to start with this statement. A stroke is a fundamental motion of the stick. Okay, so really think about that statement. That's kind of the gateway statement for the whole book and for what you're going to do from this point forward in your drumming. Okay, so that statement implies that there's more than one way in which the drumstick moves. Okay, so as I said previously, we're going to learn 5. So starting off, one that we're going to learn is called the Single Rebound Stroke. Okay, now in some other terminology, sometimes for those of you that are percussion instructors out there, or maybe you took a percussion course, this is referred to a lot of times as a full stroke. However, with my terminology, I reserve that term full stroke for keyboarding instruments. And as you'll see throughout this book, the term single rebound stroke will tie in with some other rudiments that you're going to do specifically leading into the single stroke roll. So we use the term single rebound stroke, and that's where we're going to start. So let's talk about how to do a single rebound stroke. Pretty simple. You're going to set your sticks in the ready position. It's defined in your other tutorials, and it's defined in the beginning of your book. Using the wrist, you're going to raise the stick to level 4. Now from that level 4 position, you're going to bring the stick back down with the wrist. When it strikes, that's where really the interesting part is. You're going to allow that stick to return. It's going to rebound, okay, bounce, back up to that level 4 position. Keep in mind, we're going to do all this using the wrist. Okay, so we're not going to do any arm motion here. We're going to try to isolate that. So a good way to start is this. Okay, set your ready position, come up to level 4 with your wrist, down and back up. Try it a couple times. Try to feel what that wrist motion actually is. If you catch yourself doing this kind of thing, it's not what we're after. Raise that stick to level 4. Okay, so here, what we're going to do, watch how I go about doing this. I'm going to bring it down, it's going to strike, and I'm going to let it come back up. It's going to rebound. All right, I'm going to keep my grip together as I do it. All right, count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. And what we're trying to do is produce a nice open sound. All right, we want it to kind of resonate, sort of fill the room. So when you bring it down, we don't want to squeeze, and we certainly don't want to do this. We don't want to lift it with our wrist. We want to strike and follow that stick up. Follow the rebound back up. So here's again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so let's try that the other hand. Raise your left stick to level 4, using your wrist. Count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, now, with all things in drumming, there's going to be an exercise for it. You're going to find that out about being a drummer. Drummers have got more exercises for everything you could possibly imagine. And they're going to be front, back, sideways, diagonal, I mean, every imaginable way to come up with a way to develop a skill. Drummers have done that. and that's one of the cool things about being a drummer. We got lots of creative ways to develop our playing. So an exercise is a way to develop a concept, a technical concept. So in this case, what we're trying to do is develop our ability to use a wrist. That's central right now. Get a nice distance with it. Level 4 is going to stretch you out and train your muscles to isolate that wrist. The other thing that you're going to do is you're going to learn about pulse. Now let's talk about pulse for a second. With pulse, what we're trying to do is, it's just like what people call like a beat. Just a simple beat that repeats itself over and over again. Practice that with a metronome. If you look in your book, it says practice countdown at 100 to 120 beats per minute. Okay, to start off with. Now we can go much faster than that. We can go slower than that. Starting off 100 to 120, most people are pretty comfortable starting off like right around there. Okay, so we want a steady pulse. You want to listen and learn how to keep a steady pulse and feel and identify what it's like to be in a steady pulse. Okay, so to do that, it's good to practice with a metronome. All right, you're not going to want to like leave it to chance. Be specific. Get something that's going to beat for you. Practice with that. All right, so I'm going to set a metronome here at 120, and I'm going to play through countdown. Now, when we do countdown, if you look at it, it lays out that you're going to do 8 rights to that pulse, then immediately go to 8 lefts to that pulse. 7 rights, 7 lefts. 6 rights, 6 lefts. And you just keep on going down that pyramid to where you get to like, 2 rights, 2 lefts, 1 right, 1 left, and 1 right. Okay, and you finish. You finish in the up position. Use just your wrist, stay with the pulse, and use single rebound strokes. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate that right now. Set your sticks in the ready position. Lift both sticks up to level 4. Use your wrists. Play single rebounds at level 4 to count down. 1, 2, set, and. 5, 6, 7. 7. 5, 6. 'If you notice when I played through that, you can see that my wrist was coming up every single time. And you should have noticed that I was doing my best to keep my sticks to raise to the same spot every time. If you notice, I didn't try to lift it higher than level 4 and then come down. Notice that when I played it, I didn't go through it and then get lower as I go through the exercise. Try to keep it the same the whole way through. Okay, so when you're a percussionist, what you're really shooting for is specifics. Think about what the requirements of the technical exercise are, and look to see if you're achieving those requirements. If you're not achieving those requirements, observe it, make your adjustments. Don't leave it outside of what the requirements are. Okay, so if you're always working on your concentration, you're observing well, and you're trying to get to what the correct result is, you're going to improve. Okay, so think very intentionally about what it is you're doing with your exercise. All right, so work through countdown, at least for like a week or so, maybe a week and a half. If you're in a class situation, okay, well, typically what we do in my class is we're working through some keyboarding things. So we're learning about pitch identification, we're learning about the staff, we're putting together our first scale, we're learning about all the different note values like whole notes, half notes, quarter notes. All that stuff gives us time to develop that wrist and get that rebound going, establishing our grip while we play, and establishing our heights. Okay, so work through that, and then in that process, you're going to lay a really good foundation for what it is you're trying to do early on in your drumming training. Okay, so thank you for watching this tutorial number 3 for the dynamic art of snare drum, and I look forward to sharing with you more of the tutorials for this book, so I hope that you enjoy it.